welcome to Movie Talk, where we don't just talk movies, we talk to movies. Tonight, our subject is the January film. Now, as everyone knows, January is the worst time to release a movie. It's post-holidays, it's pre-Oscars, it's a no man's land. So the question becomes, why do studios do it? And as a film, what crimes do you have to have committed to be relegated to this annual dumping ground? Well, tonight, we plan to find out by talking to this year's crop of January releases. So please, welcome to the stage, Season of the Witch. Ron Howard's The Dilemma.
Oh.
Superhero movie The Green Hornet. On this side of the stage, we'll have romantic comedy No Strings Attached. And finally, the Jason Statham actioneer, The Mechanic. The January movies, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's get right to it. I want to trace each of your trajectories to January. Season of the Witch, why don't we start with you? Now, you were slated to be released last March. What happened?
Well, the timing was never right.
The timing?
Yeah, well, the studio thought that the medieval setting would set me apart, and it would have too, but wouldn't you know it, How to Train Your Dragon had the same release date.
I remember that.
They pushed me back to the summer, and Robin Hood Steals My Thunder. They couldn't push me back to the end of summer because of Centurion.
Centurion, a movie nobody remembers? Talk about denial.
Denial of what?
Ever think maybe you're just not very good?
Oh, that's real good, coming from everyone's least favorite superhero.
Now, hold on a second here. I happen to star Seth Rogen, America's funny man. If you think he stopped being funny, you're probably thinking of Jonah Hill, okay? I got Cameron Diaz, I got Oscar winner Christoph Waltz, a bunch of gadgets and action.
Yeah, you know what? But even with all that, you're still relegated to January.
Not relegated. It happens to be a year with a lot of superhero movies. We got Thor, we got Captain America, we got Green Lantern. I am the party starter. I have been strategically placed.
And they think I'm in denial.
Wait a minute, explain that comment.
Strategically placed? Did you say you're strategically placed? Like Ghost Rider was strategically placed?
Hey, what was wrong with Ghost Rider?
Okay, hold on, I'm going to stop this right here. We don't want to get into an argument, guys. We just want to have a discussion. Now, the dilemma. Since you've entered the fray, let me put it to you. You're a real baffler here. Now, I gotta say, you star Vince Vaughn, you star Kevin James, two of Hollywood's biggest stars, and you're directed by none other than Ron Howard. You can't get more popular or respected than this guy. So tell me, what exactly are you doing as a January film, huh?
Ron Howard, love him. Great guy, Mr. Terrific, Mr. Hollywood.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. You seem a little sarcastic about Ron Howard.
Look, Opie started out in movies great, right? He did some dumbass comedies like Splash, and then there was another one, Splash, and then he did Night Shift, right? And then he went off and won an Oscar, got all sorts of respectable. But then when he wants to go back to basics and crap out some turd, where do they put him? January.
Okay. That sounds a little bit like a mad conspiracy theory, if you don't mind my saying.
All right, I'm going to do a little title association with you. Gung Ho, The Paper, NTV. Take a look at where those films were released. As far away from Blockbuster as possible. See, what happens is Ron gets it in his craw that he wants to do lowbrow and get back to his roots. So the studio throws a bunch of money at him and off he goes. But trust me, they don't want that film seen by the light of day. They learned their lesson on The Grinch.
Good point. Excellent point. Okay. You've sold me. I guess it's true. The Dilemma is actually a victim of his own heredity. That's gotta hurt.
I know just how you feel.
Really no strings attached now? You were directed by Ivan Reitman. He hasn't been popular or respected since the Reagan administration.
Yeah, the most successful thing he's ever produced is Jason Reitman.
That's very funny. You know, if you're always this funny, I might have to check you out.
I was going to say that joke, actually.
Just not quite clever enough, were you? That's why your review said.
What about me?
You lost me at liking Ghost Rider. But Strings! Can I call you Strings?
Sure.
What exactly do you mean? That you're a victim?
Well, just look at me. I'm the perfect movie. I have sex for the guys, lovey-dovey for the girls. I've got it all.
Yes, and including Natalie Portman.
Oh, we just shut up about Natalie Portman already. She's the reason I'm even here at all.
And what do you mean by that?
Are you kidding? The studio was afraid that Little Miss Thespian wouldn't be considered an Oscar nominee for Black Swan if I showed her running around her underwear and canoodling with Ashton Kutcher. Oh no, how could she ever be taken seriously as an actress after that? Bunch of crap.
I wouldn't overlook that Ivan Reitman angle. Romantic comedies ain't exactly his thing. Ever see 6 Days, 7 Nights?
It was a little before my time.
Or my super ex-girlfriend.
Legal Eagles.
Seriously, what about Ghost Rider?
Listen, honey, you got the legs, but that's about it.
You're a horrible person.
That was a little bit cold, mechanic. What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm a Jason Statham movie. Subtlety ain't exactly my thing.
All right, fine, but how do you trace your lineage as a January film?
I don't know I could give a shit. I'm a fucking Jason Statham movie. I'm lucky I got theatrical release at all. What's my name anyway? The mechanic? Might as well call me Crank 3, a Transporter 4. Basically throwing different clothes on the same frame. Unless I'm looking in a mirror, I have no idea who I am. That's how I see it.
And maybe that's the way all January films should see it. That might be the key to surviving life as one. Knowing your place, not taking things too seriously, and at least being thankful you're not a straight-to-video flick, huh? All right, well, that's all the time we have tonight. I'd like to thank all of my guests for being here. Guys, why don't you stand up and take a bow? This may be the only chance you get.